Hey Bandidos, what are your thoughts on the Dread Edict exotic SVD?
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Okay, it's not that bad. I mean, there are worse exotics in the Division 2, but I've been a little underwhelmed by this weapon since release, until now. Thanks to Season 11 and the new gear, I have made a build that completely unlocks this exotic SVD's potential like never before. It's not a Hotshot gear set build either. It's actually better than a Hotshot build because it turns the Dread Edict into a chain-killing SVD that never has to reload, even if you miss your shots. It's the Bullet King of sniper rifles, and because it doesn't rely on much ammo or skills and kills in a single shot, it's perfect for farming XP with all 5 directives on heroic. Hit like if unique and effective builds are for you, and comment unlocked to support the channel.
Well, you can tell by the way I use my
The SVDs used to be OP in the Division 2 and were heavily relied on in certain content. Then the nerf hammer came, and if you have been around for a while, you probably know the devs have a reputation for nerfing things out of existence. When the Dread Edict was introduced, everyone was excited for its potential, but as soon as the player base spent some time with it, it didn't take long for the Dread Edict to get stashed away. Not because the weapon is bad, it's not. The talent on it is actually quite appealing, but using this SVD reminded us of some fundamental issues with the faster MMRs, and it's simple. The power is too low, handling is horrible, and one-shot chain killing is nearly impossible. To top it off, these things create a major ammo issue very quickly, making Lucky Shot the best talent for SVDs. And these issues turned heads to the rifle class, like the M1A. Although the M1A has a comparable base weapon damage and better weapon handling, keep in mind it doesn't have the same optimal range and the very attractive headshot damage that SVD has. That said, if you're killing in 1 to 2 shots with an SVD or similar style MMR, then why not just use a rifle that basically does the same? And that's the dilemma that leads us to today, and the problem this build has fixed. And as you can see, we're using some of the best gear that Season 11 has brought, including the Ninja Bike backpack. But first, let's take a close look at the Dread Edict. It's got a decent base weapon damage at 463,260 RPM with 10 rounds in the mag. And remember, in this build, it's basically an unlimited mag. Okay, we got 40% headshot damage mod. That's very nice. We got 15% weapon handling. We got 10% stability and 10% crit chance. It's actually quite amazing that we have this weapon handling and this thing still needs more weapon handling. That tells you something about SVDs. Okay, so I have an expertise of 10. So I was just testing things on this weapon, but you don't actually need any expertise in order to chain kill. So I created this build and started with an expertise level 0. Then I leveled up to 5, and then I leveled up to 10 to see how much of a difference it made to the build's performance. And it does help a little bit. It helps you get to that chain killing capability just a tad bit faster, but it's not required. Okay, we got marksman rifle damage, 111% headshot damage, very attractive, and 10% damage to targets out of cover. That's standard. We got a 1.6 second reload and a very nice damage drop off, taking us all the way to 100 meters. Full stop. It's got lots of things here, but it's very important. Shooting enemies builds stacks to a cap of 20. Headshots grant 2 stacks, so headshots get you there faster. You only need 10 shots. Each stack grants 2% weapon damage, so that's 40% weapon damage. Huge. 40% and 5% headshot damage. That's 100% more headshot damage. Wow. Okay, so that's a big deal, and that's what the M1A is not going to do for you, and why this shines all the other rifles and SVDs out there and actually makes this one of the best MMRs in the game. I mean, this is up there with the Mantis, Nemesis, and the White Death. They're all just a little bit different. They all have their different perks, and you'll see why. Okay, so we got 295% headshot damage on the base, and with that bonus coming off of the gun, that's going to push us to just shy of 400% headshot damage and 40% more weapon damage. So keep that in mind. This weapon gets very strong. Okay, so the talent is there on the right, so let's just continue to read it. So on reload, clear all stacks and gain 5% of your max armor as temporary armor. It's a lot of armor actually, and it lasts for 10 seconds. So there it is. That's pretty good. That's 5% armor per stack. You have 20 stacks, so 5 times 20 is 100. You get 100% bonus armor. That doubles your armor. Now, with this build, you're not doing a ton of reload. I mean, in a control point, maybe I reload once or twice. But when you get pressed, like when an enemy's like right in your face or something, and you do have to reload, or you can reload to clear your stacks and get all that bonus armor as a shield, and still 1 to 2 or even 3 shot that enemy, depending on how heavy they are. Here's the most important part, and the part that makes this an absolute beast. Headshot kills with the Dread Edict restore all bullets in the magazine. This does not count as a reload. So that's important to note because you can't use protected reload. So you can't get the bonus armor for protected reload because it doesn't count. But what that is telling you is that those restored bullets are free ammo. Notice my ammo stays at the full 144 rounds every time I auto reload. So we're not using any of our ammo. And that's what allows us to put on the extra directive pistolero and not have ammo issues, and not have ammo issues even if we're not running that directive. Okay, for the backpack, this is the Ninja Bike Messenger backpack. That's the all new exotic provided to us in season 11. It's new. So we got weapon damage, armor, and a skill tier. That's all very helpful. We need all of those things. We got a headshot damage mod and the talent resourceful. So this backpack slots in with any equipped gear set and or brand set item to fulfill a requirement towards unlocking a gear set bonus. So that allows us to run 3 pieces of aces, but actually it's 4. And that allows us to run 1 hotshot, and actually it's 2. So let's look at aces. It's primarily an aces build. That's the foundation of this. So you need the aces pieces. So 2 pieces of aces gives us marksman rifle damage. We get 30% headshot damage next, and then dead man's hand. This is actually what's giving us our chain killing capabilities, believe it or not. Of course, the chest piece is required too, but this is 50% of what we need here. So flip a card when landing shots with the marksman rifle. After 5 cards are flipped, the damage of your next shot is amplified by 30%. 30% amp damage. Remember, we got 400% headshot damage and 40% damage bonus coming off of that MMR. So more shots are enhanced, the better the hand revealed. At the very bottom, let's skip there. It says flip an additional card on headshot. So every headshot is flipping 2 cards. What you're looking for is 4 of a kind, full house, or aces and 8s. That's really what you're after. And you can, hear the ching sort of when that thing happens, but it's all a gamble. It's all RNG based. So you have no real control over that. So when it comes to starting off and getting your chain killing capabilities, what you're after actually is throwing out more shots. So using the Nemesis or the TAC 50 or something else to try to get your chain killing capabilities is actually not going to work. What you're looking for is just flip more cards. That's your goal. Throw out shots, land shots, and that will get you your 1-shot kill capabilities. So just keep aiming for the head. We got weapon damage, headshot damage, and a headshot damage mod. The gloves are also aces. It's our second piece. We got weapon damage and headshot damage. And then our third piece is finally the holster with weapon damage and headshot damage. And this unlocks the 4th piece thanks to the Ninja Bike backpack. If you're looking to be part of a strong, positive community, then I have you covered. Join Tux's Discord. We're not elitists, and we're so much more than just clans and raids. Tux's Discord continues to grow as the central hub for the player base that loves this game and wants to see it thrive. And if you love builds, this is the spot. Also, join Tux's Players Club to support the channel, the cause, while getting access to member perks and extra content like gaming music playlists. Click the join button below. All right, the other vital piece to making sure we are chain killing is the Chainkiller chest piece. You don't have to have the perfect one if you don't have it, but the backpack is unlocking both weapon damage and damage to armor. So we're getting both. That's great. And we got weapon damage, weapon handling, and headshot damage. Lots of weapon handling on this build, and perfect headhunter. So basically, this is given a cap of 1,250% of our last headshot killing blow. And that's what's allowing us to chain kill along with Dead Man's Hand. Those 2 things together. And of course, a strong weapon. And then finally, hotshot knee pads. And so the backpack is unlocking marksman rifle damage and weapon handling. 30% weapon handling. That's the game changer for this build. It's a big deal. Both of those things. And we got weapon damage and headshot damage. You could run a Raleigh on your backpack and a 4th piece of aces here, but a Raleigh gets disabled and that weapon handling and marksman rifle damage don't. So although vigilance is total weapon damage and is more attractive, this is actually better. We'll talk a little bit more about the differences between the 2 builds in a few moments. For skills, I'm using the decoy. It's a tier 1 best option, and then I'm using the fixer, and this is really all we need, just the fixer. So we have the bonus armor if we really need it. We're running a little bit of extra armor thanks to the backpack, and we're playing from cover and we're chain killing. You don't really want to add any more armor. You don't need it. They're just gonna either take it away. It's sort of pointless because of the way this this build is running, and it's not really a run and gun build because of the way the SVD handles. I am running Sharpshooter. That's giving us breathe control and also 15% more headshot damage to our sniper rifle. And it's also regenerating ammo in case we need that, which we do when we're running the Pistolero directive. For backup, you can run whatever, but I do suggest a rifle, something strong like the M1A or 1886. Either are good options. This one has determined. I'm not really using it. And then we have the D50 as our backup pistol. And you don't really want to switch out of your Dread Edict because you'll lose your stacks. But what's really cool about the Dread Edict is your stack doesn't go away when the engagement stops. So you can go from control point to control point to control point, having full 20 stacks. Just remember, don't reload on accident. So if you're a habitual reloader, you're gonna have to train yourself to not reload. Looking at the stats, focusing on the SVD, we don't really have any crits, but again, we're just shy of 400% headshot damage. We have a little bit of damage to armor, and then we have damage to targets out of cover on the weapon at 10%. So we have all the multipliers that we can need, and of course the amplified damage. So we have 88% stability and 53% weapon handling. That's great. The reason why the 30% weapon handling is a game changer is because the SVD is designed for semi-automatic firing and allows for consecutive shots without breaking gaze and without the bolt action. In game, and since headshot kills reload the 11-round mag, that means you can eliminate whole squads faster. Quick demonstration. Notice the SVD stays in scope to continuously fire in succession quickly, while the others scope out between shots, making you have to reacquire your target each shot, and they have considerably smaller mags, requiring frequent reloads. Here's another thing to know. A standard 4-piece aces with an Araldi backpack and vigilance can also one-shot chain kill too. It's also a good build for this weapon with only slightly higher damage. But vigilance, although stronger with its total weapon damage, can be disabled and the build lacks the extra bonus cores from the Ninja Bike backpack. And the Ninja allows us to get the 30% weapon handling too, and that greatly improves this weapon when you get out of the range. If the Araldi backpack is tempting, let me provide you these key figures: 10 million, 15 million, and 25 million. You need 10 million to chain kill heroic elites. In solo legendary, elites need 15 million. So does a 4-man heroic group, 15 million to kill an elite. You need 25 million for a 4-man legendary group. The Araldi backpack build peaks out at 12 million, only slightly higher than the ninja build. So not only do you have less handling, less armor, and skill tiers, the added damage doesn't buy you anything new. I know some of you are thinking the named Araldi pristine example chest with perfect focus could turn better results than Chainkiller. I'll tell you now, it doesn't. No matter which build you run, it doesn't give us the power to chain kill, so everything requires 2 to 3 shots to kill, and you are punished for leaving scope. With Chainkiller, you can drop scope as much as you like and still chain kill. Check out this Ninja FAMAS build. It's unbelievable what it can do in Legendary.
Follow me.